Once upon a time, there was a woodcutter and his wife who lived with their 7 children. The youngest of them, Little Thumb, was so smart that everyone called him that. The family was very poor and hardly had anything left to eat. With heavy hearts, the parents decided to take their children into the forest and leave them there, hoping they might have a better chance of survival. Little Thumb, who had sharp ears, overheard their plan. He didn't say anything to his brothers, but before leaving, he slipped some small white papers into his pocket. The next day, the parents took the children deep into the forest. When the children were busy playing, the parents quietly slipped away. When the children realized they were alone, they were scared and started to cry. But Little Thumb, calm and clever, said, "Don't worry, follow me. I left papers along the path so we can find our way home." Thanks to his cleverness, they returned home without any trouble. However, despite their return, the situation hadn't changed. The family still had no food. Desperate, the parents decided to try losing the children in the forest again. This time, Little Thumb couldn't gather papers as the door was locked. So he used the crumbs from his piece of bread to mark the way. Unfortunately, when they tried to follow the crumbs to find their way back, they discovered that the birds had eaten them all. The children were lost in the heart of the forest. Tired and hungry, they walked until they saw a light in the distance. It was the house of an ogre. They knocked on the door, and a woman opened it. "Please, can we have something to eat and stay the night?" the children asked. The woman, who had a kind heart, replied, "Come in quickly, but hide well. My husband is an ogre who eats children." Trembling, the boys hid under the bed. When the ogre came home, he sniffed the air and roared, "I smell fresh flesh." His wife tried to calm him down by saying, "It's just the chicken I cooked." But the ogre wasn't fooled and found the children hiding under the bed. "I'll eat them tomorrow morning," he growled, rubbing his belly. That night, the children were put to bed in the same room as the ogre's 7 daughters, who each wore a beautiful crown. Little Thumb, once again thinking quickly, was afraid that the ogre might come in the night to eat them. So he caught up and switched the crowns from the ogre's daughters with his brother's nightcaps. When the ogre came into the room, thinking he was touching his daughter's head, he accidentally killed his own children instead because of the swap Little Thumb had made. At dawn, Little Thumb woke his brother, and they fled through the forest. When the ogre discovered his mistake, he was furious and put on his 7-legged boots to chase after them. These magical boots allowed him to take huge steps and cover great distances in no time. The children hid under a rock, and the ogre, exhausted from running, lay down near a tree and fell asleep. Taking advantage of this moment, Little Thumb approached quietly, took the ogre's magical boots, and put them on. They fit perfectly as they were enchanted. With these boots, Little Thumb returned to the ogre's house and said to his wife, "Robbers have captured your husband and are demanding all the gold from your house in exchange for his freedom." Panicked, the woman gave him all the money she had. When Little Thumb and his brothers returned home, they found the parents, who were overjoyed to see them. Thanks to the gold he had brought back, The family never went hungry again. The parents were filled with joy and grateful for their son. As for the ogre, when he woke up, he realized he had made a terrible mistake. Filled with remorse, he decided never to eat children again. And so Little Thumb saved his family, and they lived happily ever after.